What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans can still do something to try to turn their offensive woes around. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is changing play callers. I am done with Bobby Slowick. The offense this year has been a disaster. Don't even get me started about the second half, because I have never seen a team just collapse like this week in and week out once halftime ends. I'm looking at quarterback coach Jerrod Johnson here, because not only has he known C.J. Stroud since high school, go back, look at the Elite 11 season on YouTube. You see C.J. talking to Jerrod. But in the offseason, we were talking about Jerrod Johnson potentially being the coach in waiting, the offensive coordinator for next year. That's why you gave him a pay raise to stay alongside of Bobby Slowick. And both of these gentlemen were getting interviews. Bobby head coaching interviews, Jerrod Johnson offensive coordinator interviews. So if Jerrod Johnson is potentially going to be your offensive coordinator next year, then why wait now? Let's get a head start. And just imagine what a breath fresh of air, a change of scenery can do for this Houston Texan offense, because right now it's lifeless. There is no hope, no energy. And I know what a change can do. Jaret Patterson comes in after Kenyon Green gets benched, boom, a touchdown scoring drive. The next week you have a new starting left guard, Kenyon Green, 98-yard touchdown drive. Changes have worked for this Houston Texans team, and this might be the biggest change that you need to make to turn this season around. And here's the thing. You have the bye week coming up, and then you have the Miami Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, and Baltimore Ravens all within 10 days. There is no better time to make a change than after the Jacksonville Jaguars game this week. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, this episode is brought to you and powered by BetUS. They're giving you a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. On your second and third, it's a 125% sign-up bonus. Promo code YouTube150, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, the Texans are currently 5-point favorites in this Sunday's matchup against Jacksonville. We're going to put some money in tomorrow's video, but shout out to BetUS. Now, ladies and gentlemen, even if the Houston Texans decide to make a change at play caller and do go to quarterback coach Jerrod Johnson, I understand that the offense could still be the exact same. Unable to protect C.J. Stroud and horrible in the second half, but you will not know that unless you try. And that's my main point in today's episode. Why not? If you know Bobby Slowick is not going to be here next season calling plays for C.J. Stroud, and you might potentially have the guy in-house in Jerrod Johnson, why not give him an opportunity with the toughest part of our schedule coming up? Because, guys, we still have the Miami Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, and Baltimore Ravens coming up after the bye week. Just think about the mindset that this Houston Texan offense has right now. There's no life. There's no energy. You see it on the sideline. They know they're not going to do nothing against those three teams, because it's been that way all year. So why not make a change? Because who knows what a breath fresh of air could do. I know myself, if I'm doing my daily stuff during the bye week, I get the notification, Texas change playing callers. I'm jumping up and down. I'm saying, let's get this offense back on track. I'm just a fan. Imagine what the players' reaction would be. It'll be a boost of energy. It will say, hey, we're not trying to just end the season already. We are still trying to go to places where we haven't gone before. Because right now, we are seeing the same old Houston Texans. They are taking advantage of a horrible division. They are beating the crappy teams. They're not beating the good ones. Right now, the Houston Texans are not seen as contenders, more as pretenders. We've heard all this before. We know how this ends. An ugly loss in a divisional round. But let's say you do make a change at play caller. Let's say you're able to beat the Miami Dolphins. Maybe you're able to have a close game against Kansas City, a close game against Baltimore. The mood of this team is going to be entirely different. And if you do get some wins against either KC or Baltimore, everyone's going to feel different about this Houston Texans team. And we're all going to point back and say the Jerrod Johnson play caller idea, that's where it started. That's what changed this Houston Texans team. You see CJ Stroud on the sideline. He's done with Bobby Slowick. You hear the story of Jerrod Johnson yelling at Kenyon Green in the Colts game before he has to go back in. Don't mess this up. There is a respect for Jerrod Johnson in that locker room. He's played football, college football, something that Bobby Slowick hasn't done. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Houston Texans still have an opportunity to turn this around, still have an opportunity to make some noise, and that is switching the play caller, Jerrod Johnson. Will they do it? I don't know. Probably not. The next month will tell us what type of head coach we are going to have, what type of team we are going to have. For more Houston Texans content, you guys feel free to follow me for more. Should the Houston Texans make the change to Jerrod Johnson? Let me know in the comments. This episode brought to you powered by BetUS. Quick 24-hour payouts, 24-hour customer service. Where the game begins, you all have a very blessed day.